tell us a little bit about what your concept, what Mindstone initially was, and has it evolved? So tell us first about what the initial concept was.
So the initial concept, which we're still working towards, is to enable anyone to learn from all the content that is already available online.
Okay.
So imagine being able to take the 50 best blog posts, videos, and podcasts on microeconomics, and then create a microeconomics 101 course out of that content that already exists, allowing people to go through that course with the underpinnings of various concepts in science of learning, so to help people learn faster and remember more. And at the end of that course, actually have a proof, a record of their learning, a certificate or something that they can take to an employer, whether current employer to try and unlock a promotion, or a future employer if they wanted a new job. But basically leveraging all the content that we find online in order to create these courses that people can go through, that are slightly more structured and that help them actually go further in life, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
The product that we have at the moment is the first step in that. And so we're actually, the courses bit is live in a few weeks from now. Because what we first needed to build is the product that we have at the moment, which is which we call Mindstone Insights. And there, at the moment, it is for people that are already curious, that are already going out there, and they're trying to learn from what they encounter day to day online. Again, whether it's a video, a podcast, or an article, you can throw it into Mindstone. So you can save it for later, or you can open it in Mindstone. And then once it is in Mindstone, you're able to highlight it, categorize your highlights. You can add comments. You can have discussions around the piece of content. Just like you can on a Google Doc, if you're familiar with Google Docs.
I am. We use it a lot, yeah.
Mindstone basically, so Mindstone basically allows you to have similar types of conversations around them, but for any piece of content. So whether it's a video, an article, or a podcast online, you can add notes, and then you end up with like a centralized repository of all your thoughts and highlights and important bits of things that you have read online. Think about it as like your little curated part of the internet. Mm-hmm. That you can get back to. And we needed to build that engine first, that Mindstone Insights, because once we had that, we could then layer on the courses bit, which we're about to release. Because then when you look at these 50 best podcast videos and articles and you go through them, you're not just consuming these pieces of content, but you actually have this annotation engine, this insights engine that sits underneath, so that when you are going through an interesting video, we automatically extract the transcript. You can then annotate the transcript. People can ask questions, others can answer it. And so you end up having a learning experience rather than a watching experience. Like, you think about it, much more engaging, rather than the current experiences, which would be closer to like a Netflix type thing. Most learning platforms today, they just have videos kind of going through and through, and there's not enough real learning happening.